Holy shit, what is up guys, and welcome back to the Bowjinjin Plays Danganronpa V3. It has been a while since I have played this game, or really uploaded anything that isn't a stream onto this channel. I've been busy with some other things, but I'm back with some more Danganronpa. And I'm happy to be back, because I want to find out what the fuck is going on in this game. Like, I want to kind of complete it, really, because but anyway, I've made a few changes, right? So like, in between, I guess, the last recording session and this one, kind of a few issues came to mind for me, just watching back my old episodes. If you've been following my playthrough, then one, thank you for checking me out, and secondly, there were just a few issues that kind of, were kind of just like hampering the quality of my Let's Play a bit. And one of them is like the fan noise that was in the recordings of the past, right? It's like, unfortunately, Danganronpa, for my PC anyway, is slightly intensive. It runs smooth, you know. It's not that like my PC can't run Danganronpa V3. It's just that like my graphics card is not like top of the range, right? Which means that, like, you know, the fan from the GPU is like really loud. So what I've done is I've changed my recording environment slightly, so that hopefully the fan noise is not as obvious, right? There's still kind of, I guess, remnants of it, but like hopefully I've shifted like the position of my mic and stuff like that away from my PC, so like hopefully like there's less fan noise, you know. It's just really annoying, right? You know, when you kind of notice it. So that's one thing. Another thing is that like my audio was clipping a lot, right? And this is different from the beginning of my playthrough of this game, because at the beginning there was not really any clipping, right? And the reason that like my mic audio became more and more like clippy, like as I progressed, is because like I think it's something to do with like the recording software that I'm using, which is OBS. I think as it updated, like as the versions kind of got newer and newer, like I think they did something to the things in the audio like levels, right? Where the mic, I think they boosted the mic levels slightly, so that like my mic just got really loud, right? So like basically I kind of compensated for that, and hopefully everything sounds good now. My voice sounds slightly different because, you know, it's in a different place in my room, but like, you know, I think this is going to be better going forwards, because there's less fan noise, and there is and my voice isn't clipping, you know, and like crackling and just being obnoxious in your ears. It's been a while since I played this game, and to be very honest with you, like I really don't remember the minutiae of like what was going on. Like I kind of watched like the previous episode back, so like I have an inkling, more or less. There was something about like a new motive or something of that sort, where basically there's a very interesting thing that happened with basically like Monokuma announced something that oh, you can actually see these. Awesome. There's like a motive that involves like resurrecting someone, which is like, whoa, right? So like, how is that going to play out? So that's the kind of main motive of this trial, this chapter rather. And then also there's an interesting thing with the characters where like we're kind of being split in the middle, like between people who like are like, it's really interesting, because like there are the people who like are kind of like let's say like optimistic, but like, you know, in true Danganronpa fashion, right? It's an optimism that's kind of a bit dark, right? You know, Whereas like we're kind of weirdly, and by we I mean Shuichi, right, the protagonist, is in the other camp, which is like the people who are more kind of cynical and more like misfit types of people. Like basically the misfits are kind of forming one faction, and then like the kind of blind optimists are like joining the other faction, right? And it's like it's a very interesting dynamic. And actually, in between recording sessions, I watched like some other playthroughs of this game, and like actually, I have like a very interesting theory, in like as to like what might eventually be things like, you know, the identity of the mastermind this time round, or like what might be actually happening, right? Because like, again, spoilers, right? You know, I'm about to spoil the second game, but like I say, you know, I've been warning anyone who's been watching this playthrough that like if you haven't played the first two games, you really shouldn't be watching a playthrough of the third game. But like in the second game, we find like, you know, the characters eventually find out that they're in a simulation, like a computer simulation, and so like it's very likely, or it's very possible, or it's like it's logical to think that like something like that is happening in this game as well. And I have a theory surrounding that, like thanks to all of the playthroughs I've been watching, right? You know, it's not that I've spoiled myself, right? Because I don't watch like any playthroughs like further than where I am in this playthrough, right? So I'm not going to spoil it for myself in terms of story details. But you know, like other Let's Players kind of chime in with like their theories about what could be happening to, like, you know, this group of students, who the mastermind might be, and it's just like a few things just kind of crept into my mind, you know, as I was watching those. But yeah, I don't know if I should reveal them. That's the thing. I'm kind of tempted to say what I think, because that would be interesting for anyone watching this, because I'm sure that like if you're watching this, that you already know what happens, right? So like it might be interesting for you to hear like someone who's playing this blind, their theories, right? But like I guess I'll kind of pepper them in as time goes on. But like, yeah, in any case, long intro aside, let's get back into it, shall we? I headed to the oh yeah, shit, I forgot about this. Shit. What a good place to start this, to pick this back up. I headed to the pool. My heart's safety was off, and I was going in guns blazing. And amongst other things, what an incredible sight to behold, my fantasy shining like a supernova. Oh! It's been a long time, guys. Welcome back to my Let's Play Danganronpa playthrough. Oh man. Man, I love fan service. There's nothing that I love more than fan service. This is exactly why I got into anime, is to like see like really gratuitous like like fan service of like scans of like your favorite female characters like wearing almost nothing. This is why I'm a weeaboo, you know. I just have to be honest. Oh man. Are we gonna see like actual sprites? That would be kind of cool. Like with like in the like bathing suits, as it were. So this is what Angie was planning, a party for the student council. Anyway, I saw it. I then immediately questioned the morality of my actions. But another part of me disagreed. I just have to keep quiet, keep it inside, keep it together. I leveled up. Does that mean I'm out of the B club now? I don't think that's how it works, Shuichi. Oh boy. Transfer students, reviving the dead, Atsua, student council. So many heavy conversations this morning. I shouldn't just sit here and complain. There has to be something I can do. I have to find something. Free time! Not what I was expecting, but how are we looking on the present front? Okay, so first things first, right? Let's decide who we spend our free time with. As I talked about in one of my previous episodes, I've already pretty much decided like who are the people that I'm really interested in. You know, in terms of like the male characters, I'm guess. Well, actually like, you know, this is testimony to like just like how like good the characterization in Danganronpa games is. But like I'm starting to actually get to like some of the characters that I didn't really think much of at the beginning. However, there are still a few characters that like have yet to kind of like come out of the closet in terms of like their kind of endearing / shocking character trait, right? One of those characters is Gonta, right? Like I still, you know, I guess like his whole gimmick is that like he's kind of scary and that like, you know, he powers up and shit, and he's like a fucking Hulk, right? But like the thing is, like, we haven't really seen anything that really kind of makes his character that interesting, aside from being like super gullible and like innocent and virtuous, right? You know, he's a good boy, you know, if anything else, but like that kind of, you know, amongst the cast of other Danganronpa characters that are full of like weird like nuances in their personalities, I'm gonna have to like, you know, play devil's advocate and say that like Gonta's not really the most interesting character among the cast that we have here. But yeah, you know, aside from him, like even, you know, Kibo, who like started off in pretty much the same boat as Gonta, is steadily kind of like leveling up in terms of interest points for me. You know, if solely based on like, you know, the kind of weird dynamic that's happening between him and Miyu, right? You know, like if you remember like the weird fucking like the weird like skeevy thing that happened in one of the scenes earlier on this chapter. Let's just say that there was a lot of squishing involved. You know, squish. But yeah, like, and even Kyo is starting to like, I don't know, maybe it's like fucking whatever you would call it when like the amount of people that you can actually interact with is slowly dwindling, and so you don't really have a choice but to like kind of consider like the ones that are still alive. Like, I don't know what you would call that. It's not Stockholm Syndrome, but it's something similar to that, I guess. Yeah, but like, you know, yeah, I guess amongst the male characters, the most interesting I find is probably Kaito, because he's like the... What's the name of the main character from Gurren Lagann? You know, that kind of archetype, you know, manly big bro, like everyone admires him. He's really ambitious and like, and he's like a strong leader type, right? But he's also down to earth. That kind of a character, like that's definitely Kaito. Gurren Lagann is not an anime that I finished, mainly because like, you know, the subject matter didn't really interest me that much, but like, you know, it's cool. But yeah, between him and Kokichi, really, they're the two most interesting characters for me. Kibo's slowly creeping up there. And the female characters, Miyu, but like, to be honest, I don't really like Miyu because of her personality too much. It's like Miyu's like a cheap ride. Like I guess she would be like the embodiment of like the term thought, which is a stupid word to pronounce in a British accent because it sounds dumb, right? Thought, right? That hoe over there, she's like basically that in this game. She's interesting in the sense that she kind of defies a few like tropes in anime, or rather that she's establishing her own trope that's you know, surely going to be, you know, undoubtedly going to be something that creeps itself into like, you know, the goop that is anime tropes, right? Character tropes. But like, you know, to be honest, like I don't know if I find her that interesting from a character perspective, but it's just like, you know, she's a very titillating character, and that's why I really like her. Angie, I feel like something's going to happen soon with her, because she's like the leader of the aforementioned faction of like people with blind faith, you know. Not to say that it's blind necessarily, but you know, the kind of creepy optimistic faction. She's definitely the you know, the soon to be official and also de facto leader of that. Tsumugi, is a very interesting character, right? Very, very interesting character, and that is due in no small part to like the time I've taken off this game, and just thinking about all of the characters, and also watching other people play through the game, as I mentioned earlier, right? So like, I'm not going to say anything overt, right? But like, let's just say that in between playthroughs, Tsumugi has really ramped up in terms of like my interest towards her, in terms of like, is she really that plain? I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Tenko. Yeah, I like Tenko. That's really all I'll say, you know. She's a very simple character, but like, sometimes simple is good if it's the right kind of simple, right? Basically, she's a character that is really awkward and fumbly in the way that she interacts with the other characters, and she has a weird thing with men. But like, deep down, you can tell that she cares deeply about people, so that's cool with me, you know. Maki, definitely becoming more interesting. I mean, she's pretty much like the female protagonist, right? You know, for those of you who felt like Kirigiri vibes the first time you played this game and experienced Maki in all of her fucking upskirt glory here, like, you know, those feelings I think are there on purpose. I mean, like, Danganronpa is really good at like, kind of like, how would I describe it? Hair splitting, but not in the traditional definition of that. Like, it's my stupid head brain way of kind of describing like when Danganronpa, like, it takes like, it makes its own tropes almost, right? So like I mentioned with like Miyu, right? Kind of the similar thing. You know, it really kind of like it establishes these archetypes, and then it presents it to you in a different package in a subsequent game, let's say. But then like it will do something that is very subtle, that kind of differentiates the rendition that you see in front of you from a previous rendition. So like Maki, very strong like Kyoko vibes basically. You know, like stoic, taciturn, like seemingly distrustful of everyone around her. However, like, is she a Kyoko clone? You know, it seems like it from first glance, but probably not, is what I'm trying to say. So like, Maki, you know, to be honest, I really wanted to talk to Maki anyway from the onset. So I'm glad that now she's slowly kind of. I'm glad that like Gurren Lagann protagonist, is it Kamina or something like that? Again, it's been a while since I've watched that show, but like something like that. You know, thank God for Kamina, kind of seducing her over to our side. I'm just upset that it's not me. But like anyway, Himiko, she's a brat. Okay. Enough said. I don't know. Like I mentioned in a previous episode, like that's where her charm lies, right? Is that she's a fucking brat. And like she's one of those characters that like you hate so much that you start to like her. So this is the true, you know, like manifestation of Stockholm syndrome. So you know, well done Danganronpa and Kodaka-san, the writer of this game. Well done. So 18 minutes in, I had to just gush because it's been a while since I played this game. But anyway, let's go with. Let's see who we have here. Students. Let's go with. You know what? I might actually go with Tenko. At least first. You know, well, okay. Like a lot of people playing through this game, like kind of like they adopt the logic of like go with the people who are most likely to die in this chapter, right? So I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, I want to split it between that and like the people that I would actually want to talk to, right? So Maki, obviously, I want to talk to, but I get the feeling that Maki's gonna live for a while, you know, if not till the end game, right? You know, it's kind of obvious. Danganronpa has been known to kind of pull the rug under your feet, you know, as I have been so subtly like kind of alluding to. But like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty, like, you get the feeling that she's gonna live for a long time, so, like, there's no rush with her. Honestly, like, I don't know if it's that she's gonna die, but, like, the character that has the most alarm bells ringing around her so far is Angie, right? Because of the fact that, like, she, like I said, is, like, is the leader of this faction that's growing, of a collection of students who are, like, you know, like, kind of naively optimistic. And also that, like, there was a strange thing with her ultimate research lab. Like, there was some, like, strange details that were brought to our attention, like the fact that, like, it can be locked from the inside, the fact that, like, the ceiling is really high or something. You know, just, like, weird details. So, like, I don't know if she's gonna die. You know, I think it's a bit too early at this stage to say that with any degree of certainty, but, like, definitely I think that she's gonna have a role to play. Or it could be a red fucking herring, right? You know, or, like, not a herring, not a red herring, like, yeah, like a red herring, you know, because it's fucking Danganronpa, right? What do you expect? So anyway, I'm gonna go with Tenko and Angie, basically. So let's hope that we actually have some things. You know what I might do, actually, you know, seeing as this episode is already, like, kind of a wasted episode because I've just spent so much time rambling, I think I'm actually going to go and get some presents real quick. How many coins do I have? Or should I do that in between episodes? God, if only there's a quicker way of doing that shit. You know what? I'm not going to waste everyone's time. I was about to, like, waste your time. You watcher out there watching this, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll do that in between episodes. I'll waste my own time so that you don't have to waste yours. Bowjinjin plays. The guy who cares about you. You know, okay, so where is people? Where is they? Angie is in her research lab. Tenko is probably in her research lab. Let's start with Tenko first. And let's hope that we actually have a present that she likes. I think we will. Ooh! Hello, little Monokuma cherub. Guess what? I'm gonna take you into captivity for the rest of your life. Should have stayed in heaven, am I right? Okay, so let's go to a research lab. There's Kibo staring creepily at us from a distance. God no, Kibo. I wish all sex dolls were. Whoa. Holy shit, I was like, whoa. Did she eat the giant bean? Or whatever the fuck it is, and am I confusing my nursery rhymes and my fairy tales? I don't fucking know. Anyway, fucking I love Mokujin. It's a shame that they don't have Mokujin in Tekken 7. It really is. They should introduce a character like that in Tekken 7. In case you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, like in Tekken, which is a fighting game, there's a character called Mokujin, which this thing is basically, right? It's basically like a wooden training puppet or doll thing that you're supposed to spar against. But like in Tekken, like he's basically a character that like mimics other characters. So like what happens is like you select him, and in every round he mimics a different character. So it's kind of like a fun like who will I get next, right? Kind of a thing. But like he's absent from Tekken 7. So like here's to hoping that like he'll actually be someone that they eventually reveal, you know. Maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, Tenko. Oh god. You look like you want to talk to me. What is it? Can I help you with something? Yeah. Sure. But my student council duties are top priority, because I'm a student council member. Yeah. I spent some time with Tenko, a little on edge. At least she didn't throw me to the ground. Tenko and I grew a little closer today. Definitely. Indubitably. Okay, so what would she like? I'm guessing that she would like food. Let me just get my thing up real quick. I have it saved to my desktop so I don't have to faff around with things. Tenko. Does she like number 15? She don't. Well, don't I look dumb? What does she like then? Let's have another look. Train martial arts, and my guess would have been food, but apparently not. Maybe she just doesn't like sweets. I guess it's all meat. So she's all about that protein and not about that sucre. Would she like bird food? No. With good reason. To be expected. Berries. She might be into cute shit. You never know. 105. Nope, she's not into cute shit. Damn, what is this bitch like? Hand thingies? Yep, she's definitely into hand thingies. Strong forearms are attractive on a girl. Even though you're a male, you gave me a gift that would make someone happy. But I'm not so easy to overcome with just this. Please don't underestimate me. Okay, just don't assault me, okay? I'm as weak as I look. What? Seriously? Seriously? Oh well, I guess she just didn't give a shit. I guess she just did not give a shit. I gave her a gift that she likes. So, I don't know. Oh god, I hope it's not something to do with the fact that she's like a misandrist, right? So like, it's like extra hard to win her over. That would suck. But anyway, Angie is conveniently in her room, I think. So like, we can definitely... Oh, Kaide. No. Kaide. Damn it. I was hoping I could sniff her panties one more time. Just to remember her by.
Let the student council handle this resurrection ritual business. Right now, Atua is trying to figure out who we should resurrect.
Hell yeah. I've been hankering for a bit of Atua in my life.
Do you want to resurrect Kaide?
Oh, hit me where it hurts, won't you?
Cause if Atua decides it should be someone else, you gotta accept it, okay?
Fuck you, bitch. I changed my mind. I spent some time with Angie. Angie, I grew a little closer today. Fuck yes. Does she like rabbits? Oh god, I gotta pull that shit up again. I just closed that shit. Why would you do this to me? Angie Yonaga. Do she like apples? She don't. She's not healthy. Don't you know an apple a day keeps Atua away? Oh, that's probably why. That is probably why. But apparently she likes the things like either side of it. She likes ice cream and she likes yogurt. Let's give her some Greek yogurt. I hope it's authentic and not that fucking low-fat shit that you get in the supermarkets. That shit is dumb.
Atua has spoken. Shuichi, you should be my caretaker. Because you've discovered what makes me happy. Shuichi, let's do more fun stuff today.
Are you fucking serious? No extended dialogue? What even? Danganronpa, sometimes you make me question my love for you. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm voicing these guys now, aren't I?
Oh, Monotaro is out cold from being punched by Monodama's punishment.
Why won't you let me click? Oh, it's because you're not on the game. That's fucking awesome.
So we'll be taking a break from making announcements. While Monodai and I are break, we'll leave the rest to Daddy.
He's still balding. Gosh, Monokuma, I'll buy you some minoxidil and finasteride, okay? Just fucking, I don't know, rub some fenugreek on you. It will help with the hair growth. Or not. Fucking, yeah. Male pattern baldness. It's a hurricane that sweeps up the lives of men. That announcement didn't mention it, but I suppose it's nighttime. You can tell by the darkness of the room. Time to train, but is Kaido okay? Why wouldn't he be? Whoa. Someone's in a hurry to see us? It's making me slightly nervous. And now the doorbell won't stop ringing. I suppose he's doing just fine. There wouldn't be any other reason to assume that he isn't, right? Oh god. With the doorbell still ringing, I made my way to the door and opened it to find... Who is it? Oh! Hello, ultimate assassin girl? Huh? Maki? To what do I owe the pleasure? Shut up, shut up. Kaido's resting. He says he's not feeling well, and we should train without him. Just the two of us? It's pretty thoughtless of him to bug me to train with you guys, then flake out. Well, he did say he wasn't feeling well. Why are you making excuses for him? I guess you're right. Sorry. Don't hurt me. Let's just get this over with. I didn't come here to make small talk with you. So we're really gonna do this? Training, just the two of us? Does this mean I finally get out of the V Club? Does training count? Is that first base? Well, play your cards right, Shuichi, and maybe we'll get there. Disgusting, bro. And that's how Maki and I ended up training together. No biggie. No biggie smalls. That's Kaminus-chan for you. I mean, yeah, Kaito reminds me of it. This all, you know, kind of reminds me of Gurren Lagann in that sense. Oh, this bromance is so sweet. Wait, I never realized until now how gross it is to hear men talk about being manly. Why? Why is it gross? God, Maki, you would know. You being a girl and all. Maki seemed nonchalant as she brushed off her hands. You're really fast as usual. I used to be forced to do push-ups until I passed out. 100 push-ups is nothing. What? About Kaido. I sort of understand what you mean. But I'm a bit jealous of how carefree he is, even if he is useless. I was taught to only value the essentials. I was forced to abandon anything non-essential so that they could mold me as they saw fit. After everything they did to me, I sometimes wonder what I am anymore. I didn't ask to become this way. It just happened to me. After what I've been through, am I still even human? Even Kibo acts more human than me. But I had no choice but to. Why am I talking to you about this? You can't help me. Yeah, but I'm kind of the same way. I never once wanted to be a detective. I actually thought it wasn't too great a job. Uncovering people's secrets for money is the worst. But now I feel completely different. It's if it's going to help my friends, I'll do it. And it's Kaede and Kaido that have helped me to see things that way. I read that sentence really weird. I didn't ask to hear your story. Okay, Miss Tsundere. God. Maki's face remained totally unfazed as she walked and turned away. See you tomorrow, Maki. She didn't reply and kept walking. Alright then. I'm still a little worried about Kaido. He seemed off since this morning. I hope that it's nothing serious. Me 3. Kaido, me 3. Not Kaito. Well, that's a nice angle. We haven't seen things from that angle before. Oh, what's going on here?
Welcome back, Maki. You finally came. You know, Maki, it's not okay to walk around at nighttime, especially not with that Shuichi boy. People might get the wrong idea. I'm just saying.
I'm not violating any school regulations, am I?
Nyahaha! Monokuma's regulations don't matter. But Kirumi's crime happened during nighttime, right?
If no one was allowed to walk around at nighttime, that case wouldn't have happened. That's why the student council is trying to limit all nighttime activity. Limit? So basically you want to take our freedom away, is that it?
Nyahaha! You're so odd, Maki. What's more important, freedom or a person's life?
You would ask me that, wouldn't you, the ultimate assassin? Are you stupid?
Insult aside, we need to remove all our worry and doubt so everyone can have a peaceful life here. Because that's what Atua says. That's what Atua says. That's what Atua says.
People are afraid of you, Oh, wrong voice. People are afraid of you, Maki, so we'd prefer if you were more careful. If it's for the peace of the academy. This is weird. Is this what being in a cult feels like? I think it is. I think it be. Oh boy. Who's the scarier one, I wonder? They say it's Maki. What was his voice? I can't remember his voice, so I'm just gonna give him a derpy voice.
What is the point of human life? They're born as useless babies who can't do anything. And 70 years later, they're useless old people who can't do anything. Hairless, toothless, wearing diapers, unable to take care of themselves. In the end, it's also meaningless.
Okay, I was waiting for the punchline, but it didn't come. That's fine. I mean, it is Danganronpa after all. Oh, Monokuma, sorry. I get gassy when I see balding. It makes my skin crawl, actually. Oof. So that's the morning announcement, is it? It's a little creepy. But what right do I have to judge what's creepy anymore? I suppose I'll go to dining hall. Righty-ho, guys. So cool. God, it's good to be playing this game again. Yeah, so I guess next time, at least things are kind of starting to pick up a bit. Like I feel like the first 2 chapters are always an opportunity to kind of lay the groundwork. You know, get you familiar with the characters, get you familiar with the premise of the game, really set the tone, and then from chapter 3 onwards, it gets a bit deeper, and then from chapter 5 onwards. Chapter 5 usually is like the groundbreaking trial, right? Sometimes it's earlier than that. I think in the first game it was the 4th case, because the 5th and the 6th case were kind of the same case, pretty much, right? But like in Danganronpa 2, it was chapter 5 that was the breakthrough case. You know, the case with you know who, Mr. The Ultimate Hope. But anyway, so I will stop this here, guys. Thank you as usual for watching this. It's glad to be back after so much time. So yeah, when we get back, let's see, who haven't I done yet? When we get back, we'll see what will happen.
Hopefully our new rules that we are imposing as a student council will have a nice effect on the people here. At the very least, it will keep all of the degenerate males from acting out of line and terrorizing the virtuous females in this place. God. Seriously, if it weren't for upstanding justice upkeepers like us, the degenerate males would taint everything with their degeneracy and their maleness. I swear, the only good thing about males is that they were born from females. That's about it. But I think that, out of all degenerate males, Shuichi's okay. He's okay. I'd let him, grapple me and throw me to the floor, but that's about it. Nothing more. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to sparring. Until next time, guys, I hope you're having a good day, and I will catch you in the next exciting episode of Bowjinjin Plays Danganronpa V3. Until then, stay safe, and if you're a degenerate male, I hope you die.